So today we are going to be talking about the best lead generation strategy. Now, there's going to be certain answers that James is going to give. There's going to be certain answers that I'm going to give that might not line up to each other, but I do think we'll agree on a lot of things. So, James, you've obviously dealt with a lot of businesses throughout the UK and also in America and stuff. But what do you think is the best lead generation strategy?
So, in my opinion, the best lead generation strategy is actually teaming up with a professional lead generation company. What you can do is you can put the onus on them. You can tell them exactly what perfect client of what you want, what a perfect client looks like, and they need to then go and work their magic. And whatever they're doing with regards to whether it's Facebook ads or social or SEO or PPC, they've got to go and find you that client. And if they don't find you the client, at any point, you can switch them off and then use elsewhere. However, that is using a professional kind of third party freelancer outsourcing it. In your opinion, I want to kind of throw one back on you. What's the best lead generation strategy if someone wants leads tomorrow? Someone wants literally leads tomorrow. A lead generation agent says using, let's say, SEO strategies, which might be longer term. What, in your opinion, is the best lead generation strategy for instant leads today or tomorrow?
For instant leads, it would probably be between Facebook ads, so paying Facebook to obviously display your ads to certain target and demographics and stuff like that, or it would be Google PPC, and that's basically whenever you search for, I don't know, double glazing installation company, you get the sponsored section at the top, and you basically get shown there. The one issue that I have with both of them is if you don't know what you're doing, you can spend and waste a lot of money very quickly. And I would say that's probably the biggest concern that a lot of business owners have, especially when they speak to guys like myself and guys like James. They will say, hey, we've tried Facebook ads. We burnt through a load of money. We burnt through £5,000, £10,000, £15,000, and we didn't get any returns. The issue you've got with that is obviously it's like anything. If a doctor is trying to be a doctor and also market their business, they're probably not the expert marketers in that space. So in some cases, like what James was saying, you might need to partner up with a pay-per-click agency or a Facebook ads agency.
Yeah, for sure. And then I'm going to throw another one to you. Okay, so if you've got a longer term strategy and you don't need instant results, but you want to build up a channel which gets you a consistent flow of inquiries, and you don't want to use a professional lead generation company, what do you think the best lead generation strategy is for long-term sustainable growth?
I would go with SEO. I still think that even though there's posts every day saying SEO's dying, etc., I think there's no other better channel to get into than Google SEO or Bing SEO. I feel like the beauty of SEO is once you are ranking there, you've got two options. You don't need to end up spending every single month on more content and links, or you can double down and try and rank for multiple different locations. That's one of the things that you're known for. Is instead of like, why should you only rank for accountants in Bolton? Why don't you try and rank for accountants in Manchester, accountants in various other locations or surrounding areas? And that's where SEO gets fun, because instead of just getting leads in your local town, you can expand the radius by 15, 20, 35 miles. And that's when you start really getting a lot of consistent flow of inquiries through to your business every single day as well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, where I'm trying to lead to with this, with regards to the best lead generation strategy, is the actual answer is it completely depends. It completely depends whether you need instant leads today and tomorrow, where you're up against it. You need to get your lads busy next week. You've not got enough work booked in. And when you're starting to look at the best lead generation strategy for instant leads, you need to go down the paid route. So you need to go down PPC, Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Twitter ads. All these places might be able to generate your leads instantly. However, that might not be the best if you're wanting to go with what's going to get you the best return on investment. the best return on investment could be search engine optimization long term. And that also ties in line with doing branding. So how good do you look online? SEO can make you look good online with case studies and testimonials. And there's lots of other different lead generation strategies of what you could be doing, like teaming up with a professional lead generation agency like FatRank or Promo SEO. You could go then onto paid directories like Checker Trade and Bark, MyBuilder. All these can be great and give you a positive ROAS and positive return on investment of what you're doing. But the big part to all this, Kasra, do you not agree, is when you're looking at the best lead generation strategy, you need to be checking your KPIs. You need to be looking at the information and seeing what's best in your industry. Because me saying the best lead generation strategy is Bark, that could be for accountants, but it might not be for plumbers. Checker Trade could be better than Bark. So there's all these different nuances for what people might want to see. But how many people come to you now for consultancy and they don't even know the numbers? They don't even know the return on investment. They don't even know how much it is, the cost per acquisition, the lifetime value, the average transactional value. And it becomes so frustrating when they say, "Hiya, Kasra, what's the best lead generation strategy for my business?" And you're like, "Well, I need all this information from you of what you need and what you want."
Yeah.
So what's your thoughts on when someone's coming to you and they don't know the numbers and they're asking for the best lead generation strategy?
So I'm actually going to backtrack on one thing. When you asked me what's the best channel for getting leads long term, right? And I obviously said SEO a few minutes ago. I'm just thinking about that now, and we know multiple different people that are doing like driveways, they're doing like kitchen remodeling, and instead of doing Google SEO, they're actually doing Facebook organic. And they're not even doing Facebook ads. So they'll set up a camera, they'll do a time lapse of them working across, I don't know, a driveway. It might be like a 10-hour job. They time lapse it down and it's like, I don't know, a 30-second reel. So again, like for an accountant, website SEO, Google SEO might be a lot better. For somebody that's doing like driveways, maybe Instagram or Facebook might be a little bit better. So it does definitely depend. What you were leading on to is like the guys that have kind of started being omnichannel. So they're paying on Bark, they're paying on Checker Trade, they might be paying an SEO agency, they might be paying a PPC agency, and they've also got Facebook ads running as well. Now, in a lot of cases, or same with James, when we're speaking to business owners, they're just seeing this as money in, money out, and they're not actually KPIing anything. So they don't know how many leads have specifically come from Facebook ads. They don't know how many leads have specifically come from Yellow Pages Premium. They don't know how many leads have specifically come from Checker Trade. If that sounds like you've got a massive problem, because at some point, somebody like myself or somebody like James is going to look into your actual spending, and they're going to see like, what are you doing? Like you're spending £15,000 a month on all of these different channels. You could actually switch off PPC and Facebook ads because you've not had a lead in the last 4 months. So yeah, that's probably like once we're speaking to like bigger companies, like companies that have got maybe 20, 30 staff, that's the biggest issue that I see.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, for me, holistically, you should be omnichannel, you should be omnipresent, you should be seen in as many different places where your target customer could be looking for the service of what you're looking for. The amount of business owners that I refer in to what people would deem as being some of my competitors, like they'd go like, "Why are you referring to us?" And it's like, well, you shouldn't have a single point of failure. You should have multiple sources of leads that's coming in, but you should be tracking your KPIs and making certain that you're getting a return on investment for those leads of what you're generating. So when someone asks you what the best lead generation strategy is, it can just become a little bit frustrating. But one other thing that we've not touched upon is GEO or LLM optimization or AI optimization. And obviously, anyone that's not certain about what GEO is, check out the link in the description. We've actually done a full tutorial and a guide on all of the best GEO experts to follow in 2026. We also have another video which talks about GEO versus SEO. And there's a lot of people in the search engine optimization industry that believe it's the same thing. I believe it's completely different. I believe that page rank is a massive factor with ranking for SEO, and I believe that the infinite loop of self-collaboration is important for the LLMs. But Kasra, I showed you the other day how many new leads we're generating from places like ChatGPT, or where the graph now on Google Ads, the Google Maps is going up, and these referral links is coming in from the LLMs. So why is it important also for businesses to be trying not only ranking higher in Google or Bing, but trying to get cited in the LLMs like Gemini, Perplexity, or ChatGPT?
The simple answer is because your competitors are already ranking there. That's the easy way out. But I'll give a more detailed answer as well. So a lot of people are searching for more long tail keywords. And if somebody's watching this that doesn't know what a long tail is, long tail might be, what are the best products to clean my shoes, for example? And if your brand isn't shown up as a cleaning product for shoes and your competitors are, guess what? That person that's asked ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini or whatever, they're going to buy your competitor's product. Now, with ChatGPT, the one thing that it's really good at is if somebody is top of funnel, it takes that person or not directly, but it works that person through middle of funnel and then also bottom of funnel. So they go from fact finding to decision making very, very quickly. So that, like, just by not showing up in AI overviews, by not having an actual brand represented in LLMs and stuff, you can be leaving a lot of money on the table.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'll go through a really good example with regards to where the LLMs like Gemini and ChatGPT come in, like you just spoke about long tails. We had a few where people had searched, where we asked the client, and it became a really big client for one of our accountancy practices that we do lead generation for. And we asked them, how did they find us? And they said on ChatGPT. Like, just out of interest, can you remember what you searched? And they went, I can go and check. And they searched, it was something along the lines of, I am looking for the best chartered accountant in Manchester that can help me buy my business partner out who's moving to Dubai, and I want the best tax relief on this. And he wanted the best tax relief on it, right? So it was it was a full-on article about what they was explaining. And AI came back saying, absolutely not a problem. You're wanting a chartered accountant and a business advisor, and Ryan's accountants are the best for you in this scenario. And they reached out and he converted it. And not only did it end up doing an internal like kind of business loan, not only did it help with regards to getting both directors then on doing their year-end accounts for himself, it also then, he got the client and also saved them money, and he got paid several times on several different products. And this all came from a ChatGPT, really long tail search. And semantically, you can cover all these different angles. These are like, even though the top of the funnel, they know exactly what they want, and they're being directed straight away to the best person that can deal with that. Now, if you can try to get your clients or your own business in those areas, this is where, moving forward, I believe more and more people are going to use AI for these longer tail, and with something that's called query fan out. Google itself can't answer those questions like the LLMs can. That's where the LLMs come in, and people are going to start asking much bigger questions. It's not just best chart accountant. It's best chart accountants for in, and I want you to do this. And there's so many more caveats and so many more query modifiers of what people are trying to ask and understand, and they're getting presented with the best businesses straight away. So another big lead generation strategy is making certain you're getting into them LLMs.
Yeah, that's been our video.